Hi everyone, and welcome to our information session regarding nursing on the Cradle Coast. Joining me today is Judith Anderson, Elaine Crisp and Andrea Miller. My name's Lara and I'm the Relationship Manager for the Northwest Coast for the Future Students team. And just before we jump into the presentation today, I would like to acknowledge the traditional landowners and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And now I'd like to hand over to Judith.
Hello everyone. So what we're talking about today is the new Bachelor of Nursing course that is going to be offered from the Cradle Coast in 2021. So it's going to be available in February. It'll be starting early in the year and we'll have 3 study modes available. We'll have an accelerated degree, which will take 2 years to complete, the standard degree, which will take 3 years, and a part-time degree, which will take 4 years. Elaine's going to talk a little bit more about the rest of the course.
Thanks, Judith. So you're probably used to the idea of semesters at university where there's 2 a year, but in the Bachelor of Nursing, we're introducing 3 nursing study periods throughout the year. So these will be 3 equal study periods of 12 weeks each. Depending on the program you're doing, the 2, 3 or 4 year pathway, you will still be completing 24 units across the degree. So the number of units that you do within each of those nursing study periods will vary depending on the length of your program. The program is going to be a blended delivery. By this, we mean that there will be online content that you will access via your computer or on your tablet or phone. And we're going to be supporting the online content with some face-to-face intensive sessions in each nursing study period. There will be up to 4 of these in each of the 12-week periods. 4 to begin with for first years, and they will gradually decrease as you go through the program. As well as the online content and the face-to-face intensives, you'll also be taking part in professional experience placements where you go out into the real world to learn how to do nursing where it's actually done. I'm going to hand you over to Andrea now, who can tell you about the admission requirements for the degree.
Thanks, Elaine. So the lowest ATAR that will be considered for the Bachelor of Nursing on the Cradle Coast campus will be an ATAR score of 60, but it is important to remember that this is a competitive course, so it has competitive entry and it has quotas that are applied. So just achieving a ATAR of 60 doesn't guarantee entry into the Bachelor of Nursing, so that's really important. We also require all students to complete an English language requirement on admission to the course. And further information about that process is available on our website. If you are thinking about going into a diploma course to set you up for the Bachelor of Nursing, you need to apply to the Bachelor of Nursing course. That's really important. And then you will potentially be made an offer in that foundation program.
The campus will be taught from the Cradle Coast, as we've said. Initially, we will be starting with the Morville Road campus, which is currently in existence, and using the Rural Clinical School for clinical simulation. But then when the new campus opens later on in the year, we'll be moving down to the West Park campus.
Great, thanks, Judith. Are PEP placements located on the coast or are they statewide? Professional experience placements are statewide. You will be expected to relocate for at least 1 or more of your professional experience placements, of which there are 5 across the course. They range in length from 2 weeks up to 7 weeks at a time. We also have opportunities for students to undertake professional experience placement in New South Wales if they wish to, and further down the track, once the borders are open, we will hopefully have international placement opportunities as well.
So the next question, how quickly will I know if I need to complete a Diploma of University Studies? As Andrea has mentioned, no matter whether you think you will or not, you need to apply for the Bachelor of Nursing directly. If when the admissions office are evaluating your application, they decide that you may need some foundation studies, you will be advised in your letter of offer that you would be given a placement in the Diploma of University Studies and thence on with the opportunity of moving into the Bachelor of Nursing. So you'll know as soon as you get your offer letter.
Thanks, Elaine. So how much time will I need to spend on campus during each nursing study period? This is a tricky question to answer because it really depends on the pathway that you've chosen. So if you're doing the 2-year accelerated program, in each nursing study period, you'll be undertaking 4 units, as opposed to somebody who's doing the part-time program who will only be doing 2 units. So really the amount of time that you spend on campus will depend firstly on the pathway that you've chosen. The intensives decrease as you move through the course. So as the amount of professional experience placement increases, the amount of intensives decreases. So as Elaine pointed out, in your very first nursing study period, there are 4 intensives. Towards the end of the course, there are generally only 2. So the amount of time you spend on campus depends on pathway, but also how far you've progressed through the course as well.
Thanks, Andrea. And a question we're often asked, what are the costs involved with the degree, apart from obviously the fees for the course itself? The main costs that are involved are those that are to do with PEP compliance, so going out on your placement. All students need to have a PEP uniform when they go out. And also there are things like immunisations and some mandatory training, such as basic life support, mental health first aid, and manual handling. Apart from that, the main cost would probably be textbooks, but we do try to minimise this as much as possible. So where we do have recommended or required textbooks, we try to use them across multiple units of the degree so that it does minimise the outlay. There may be other costs involved to do with placement, but most of those would be discretionary.
Lovely. Thank you, ladies, very much for the insight. So as you can see on the screen now, there is a get in touch. There's some get in touch information. So what is really important is if anyone out there is thinking about nursing and studying next year, and obviously years following, it's really important that you reach out and actually ask those questions because we're here to answer them. So myself or someone in the Future Students team can help you around ATAR requirement, entry points in terms of what the pathway looks like, the study periods, all of those types of questions, as well as scholarships, accommodation, anything around that. We can answer any question that you may have, or if we can't, we can definitely point you in the right direction. But just before I officially thank everyone today, I would just like to also say that it is a really exciting opportunity for the Cradle Coast next year, and we're really looking forward to delivering nursing from the Cradle Coast next year. And officially, thank you, Andrea, Elaine, and Judith for your time today. And as mentioned, if anyone has any questions, please reach out. We are more than happy to help. Thanks for your time.